Let's face it, we all know what we should do to be healthy, but too many of us just don't do it. Even worse, for some of us, the places where we live, work, and play don't support us in our efforts to be healthy. That takes a toll on us and on our community. Chronic diseases such as heart disease, stroke, cancer, and diabetes are among the most common, costly, and preventable of all health problems in the U.S. Obesity is a leading cause. 1 in 3 adults in our country is obese, and researchers estimate half of all children born in the U.S. after the year 2000 will develop diabetes sometime in their lives. Today's conveniences have engineered activity out of our lives, and fatty processed foods are all too often the easy choice.
If you're in a workplace where there are sodas and candy in the vending machines, if there are always donuts in the break room, if your home has cookies and chips in the pantry and not fruits and vegetables, if we live in neighborhoods where there aren't sidewalks or where there aren't bike lanes or we don't have access to parks, then it's really difficult to make the healthy choice.
Florida Hospital and the Winter Park Health Foundation recognize the problem and have teamed up to establish Healthy Central Florida. The goal, to unite people, organizations, businesses, schools, churches, and entire communities to work together to create healthy choices and make them last. This is no flash-in-the-pan program. It's based on solid research and proven practices from around the nation, all brought together into one comprehensive initiative that's also a lot of fun. This effort goes beyond anything this community has done so far.
Even though we've been involved in this work for many years, we can see that a lot of the rates of health problems in our community are continuing to rise. We're seeing incredible rises in obesity and the diseases that are linked to obesity, and we know that something more is needed.
Healthy Central Florida's goal is to make Central Florida the healthiest community in the nation.
Already, Healthy Central Florida has recruited and trained leadership teams in 3 communities: Eatonville, Maitland, and Winter Park. These teams are working to change lives by changing local policies that sabotage our health. By improving parks, sidewalks, and roadways, we can pave the way for people to get out and get active. They're also educating employers, families, and organizations, encouraging everyone to make small but lasting changes. Small steps add up. Eatonville Mayor Bruce Mount believes the time to act is now. He sees the toll diabetes and its morbid consequences are having on his friends and his community.
Coming into office, prior to that, I never had to sign funeral resolutions. But when I came into office, I saw so many funeral resolutions, young and old, different illness, different reasons for people dying, and I said, hey, we need to start some healthy initiatives.
Today he's setting the pace and leading by example with his Walk the Talk groups on Monday and Wednesday mornings. Dozens of people join him every week, and the group is growing. They're getting outside, discussing issues, and enjoying the camaraderie of exercising together.
We've seen some weight loss, we've seen some people, and it also boosts a person's morale, it boosts a person's self-esteem. That's what I've seen in walking.
But right now, in many places, the streets in Central Florida are too dangerous for walking. A study by Transportation for America found our area to be the worst major metropolitan region for pedestrian safety in the nation. Last year alone, 59 pedestrians were killed in Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties. Clearly, Central Florida needs more biking and walking trails, and we have to make our roadways more pedestrian and biking friendly too. That's why Healthy Central Florida brought in nationally renowned expert and engineer Mark Fenton to train local leaders. He walked them along familiar yet unsafe routes so they could see the problems themselves and learn to develop solutions.
We've actually got to build our communities in a way that makes it easier for people to make healthy choices, that in fact those become the default, that you naturally choose to be a little more active and eat a better diet because it's easier, it's safer, it's more convenient, it's actually more fun to do that than to do the unhealthy alternative.
Winter Park is doing so many different initiatives to make sure that our citizens as well as our community is healthy. I think the things I'm most proud of is our Complete Streets resolution, which means that we should always have pedestrian and bicycle safety as we go throughout our community.
As part of the Healthy Central Florida revolution, Witter Park is also working to improve its outdoor spaces for people to enjoy.
We've recently adopted a resolution to encourage that our parks be smoke-free. This is something that I think is very, very important, especially where children are playing.
Maitland is promoting a more active outdoor lifestyle too. The city wants to attract more businesses to the Lake Lily area and increase opportunities for walkers and cyclists to enjoy the lakes and the tree-lined routes. Already schools in Maitland and other areas have started to make important changes, trading sodas for water in vending machines and serving students healthy meals with fruit and vegetables instead of starchy, fried foods.
That's a big thing for our kids, for schools and so forth. That's all part of the Healthy Initiative.
We have no choice. If we don't make these changes, the cost of treating preventable illness will bankrupt our families, our businesses, and the nation.
We've been in the hospital business for over 100 years, and the hospital business has always been seen as dealing with sick people and people that have emergencies and surgeries and problems. We now can see that hospitals have to be actively engaged in improving the health of the community. And so as we look at the future, we have to create an opportunity for our community to live more healthfully.
But we can't depend on others. Making Central Florida the healthiest place in the nation depends on you and me and all of us joining forces. Whether it's home, work, school, or church, or anywhere, commit to making your corner of the world the healthiest place for all. Let's band together as local leaders to create the policies and opportunities for a healthier lifestyle. Let's motivate others to move more, eat healthier, and be happier. I'm Barbara West. Join us. Let's make Central Florida the healthiest place in the nation.